Hello, guys. Today I'm interviewing boxing trainer Matthew Hirst. And well, how are you, mate?
I'm very well, Sam. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Very good. So
Good stuff.
before so you train Lewis Oakford, who is professional boxer, 1-0
That's right.
cruiserweight, isn't he?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. So how long have you been training Lewis for then?
So I've probably been training consistently for the last 2 years, I would say. On and off before that for about 4 or 5 years. He would come down and see me for some extra coaching when he was an amateur. But
Oh, so you've known
then he
him
was,
for a long time.
yeah, I've known him for quite a long time now. Yeah.
That's
And
good.
then as you know, he won the novice ABAs just before COVID, and he was meant to turn pro then. And then obviously COVID came along and stopped boxing for a lot of people.
Well,
So we had to wait.
he had a good debut, didn't he? It was not an
Excellent. Yeah.
easy fight, was it? It was a 4-round tear up. Just put it that way.
Yeah. Well, usually when a lot of people start off, they'll go in as the home fighter, and we did intend to do that, but it just wasn't working out. And we trained hard, and we were ready. We think we can beat any cruiserweight at his level, and so we got the opportunity to take that fight, and we took it, and
Yeah.
we got the win.
So he's meant. When's his next fight? As you said, his fight on the 18th got cancelled.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did. So we're just waiting now to find out. His manager's Steve Goodwin, and he's working away now behind the scenes to try and get something for us. And when he gets something, he'll let us know, and then we'll say yes or no.
Will he just get on like a Goodwin show as because he was
Not
meant to?
necessarily. No, not necessarily. His when he fights for his home fight, that'll be on a Steve Goodwin show. But at the minute, as I said, we'll take an away fight if we think we can win.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so we're not looking for like an easy fight. He wants to always be in like a 50-50.
Yeah, exactly. I think for a lot of fighters, from what I've seen over the years, if you have, it's all well and good building up the fighters, and you do need to do that step by step. But sometimes they can have too many easy fights, and then when they come to get a title fight, an area title might be their first title or an English title, they often come unstuck because they haven't had enough hard fights, I don't think. So when the
Yeah.
time comes, they're just not ready. And I think this approach that we're taking will do Lewis better in the long run. For when he does get a title fight, he'll be ready.
Yeah. When do you think you'll try and push on for like 6 rounds next year?
Well, we hope to get one more fight in this year. If we could get two, we definitely would. And then that'll be it for Christmas, and then it'll pick up again in March. And then March it'll be his first 6 rounder, probably. And it'll give us time to train and get him ready for 6 round over the Christmas period.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
would you try to aim to push him on for titles in 2024?
23 next year.
23?
Hopefully, the end of next year, we'd want to get Southern area. Be ready for that.
So you want to keep him busy next year, like get quite a few fights in?
Certainly, if we can get one every 4 to 6 weeks, then that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Whether that's kind of taking one away, one home, alternating next year, we'll see.
Were you a boxer?
I wasn't a boxer. I trained from the age of 13. I suppose I was one of those kids who was always around a boxing gym, coming and going, never really stuck at it. And I joined the army at 16, and I wanted to box in the army, but I wasn't a schoolboy champion, and I was in a special unit, and so we didn't really get a chance to do much military sport because we were always busy on operations and exercise. And then when I left, I moved to London. I started going to Fisher Boys. It's one of the guys I knew, Matthew Thirlwall, no, Mark Thirlwall, I knew, his brother. He took me down there, so I started training. And then I went to Honor Oak, where I trained for quite a long time. Then I started getting more into personal training, and then I decided to get into coaching. And so I kind of just dedicated more of my time to coaching
Did you,
now.
but when you were like younger, did you want to go pro?
I would have liked to, yeah. I think a lot of people who box always have dreams of being world champion. I was no different as a kid.
Did you have an amateur career, or were you too busy in the army?
I was too busy in the army.
Fair.
Yeah.
But at least you've came back to boxing and you're helping other people try to achieve their dreams.
Exactly, yeah. That's the aim.
Yeah, have you got any other fighters, like any amateurs? Because you were telling me earlier that there was one amateur you're trying to get to turn pro next year.
There's an amateur fighter I've been working with. He won the London novices last year. He's still an amateur. He's going to do the senior ABAs this year. And then the intention is he's going to turn professional with me this year, the end of this year.
End of this year?
Next year. Sorry, next year. Next year. We're at the end of the year now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be the ABAs next year.
What weight would he be on? Like, what's his name? I'll keep an eye out for him.
His name's Ed Chatty and he's middleweight.
Middleweight.
Yeah.
Have you got a load of amateurs as well?
No. I'm just getting an amateur boxing club registered. So hopefully you'll start to see a few more fighters coming through. I've mainly been working with pros for the last 12 years, 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is your main focus on Lewis?
It certainly is right now, yeah. I'm quite busy, so I can't really have the time to take on many fighters because they take a lot of time. So yeah, I can probably take on one or two more, up to about 3 in my current setup. But Lewis is the main man.
Is Lewis in like training? Is he still training, staying busy?
Yeah, we're ready. We've got to be ready because we're going to be ready to take an away fight. So we're always ready.
So what happened with the fight on the 18th? Did the other guy get injured?
We don't know. I asked the same question and was told it's not for us to like. It doesn't really affect. Well, it does affect us, but it's none of our business of why they pulled out as they were the home fighter. So we just have to.
So they wouldn't try to get him another opponent.
Well, I think that opponent is off that card now. I'm led to believe, so he's not fighting now. I don't know. You presume that he's picked up an injury, and that's why he's not fighting. But I don't know.
Or it's just because he knows that Lewis is better.
Well, we had sparred him a few months ago in the run up to Lewis's debut. So maybe that's on his mind.
Would he rematch Miller?
Maybe down the line. Right now, I don't see any point from our perspective. And had this been pre-COVID, I don't think this fight would have been made if it wasn't for an area title or a Southern area title or English title. So maybe down the line, I think it's a possibility.
Didn't Lewis also beat him in the amateurs?
He did beat him in the amateurs.
So he's 2-0 up on him. Yeah. So he doesn't want to fight him again because he's beaten him twice.
It could be a trilogy. Everyone loves a trilogy. But at the moment, no point from our side.
Yeah, it's just, I only asked that question is
maybe the line.
I said that because Miller's got a fight date in November.
He has. Oh, okay. Yeah.
19th, I think.
Well.
But if
Okay.
that was the only fight
Okay.
that
Yeah.
they could get
Saturday. Oh,
Lewis, would you take it?
well, I don't know. Maybe. As I said, we've beat him twice already. But I think that would be a better fight down the line for both fighters
Yeah,
rather than do it again.
maybe if they both build their records up, maybe they could meet for that southern area.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Jamie
I
Smith's
think that.
the cruiserweight southern area, but I think he's pushing on now.
I think so. We do quite a lot of rounds with Jamie. I don't think,
Fighter.
and Lewis and Jamie are quite good friends. So I don't think they'd, even though it's business at the end of the day, but I don't think they'd want to fight for the southern area. I think Jamie's a little bit ahead of him in his career at the moment, and we're catching up. So he'll kick on, and then hopefully Lewis can fight for the southern area next year.
Yeah, because I think Jamie might vacate it soon.
Yeah, I think he'll probably defend it once more, maybe, and then hope
He
to kick
beat
on himself.
Mendes.
That's correct, yeah.
He beat Mendes
Yeah.
in, I think it was the second round.
2 rounds, stopped him, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
It was a good win.
Yeah, big win, good
He's a tricky customer, Mendes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he done well.
Because Mendes has had about 16 fights. I don't understand why he keeps fighting for the area title, whether I think he should. If I was a boxer and I was like 17 fights in, I wouldn't want to keep fighting for the area title. I would try and push on for like an English.
Well, he's a 2-time area champion, isn't he? He lost it again, then he regained it, and then obviously he lost it to Jamie Smith. So maybe he's found his level.
Maybe.
I think he would probably want to kick on if he had the chance.
He's still in good fights, but he's all. If you watched his fight with that Mark Little, he was awkward, but I thought Mark Little won that fight. I thought it was a robbery. But
really, I was there. I was there. I was reporting. I do a blog with my friend Phil Amato called the Small Hall Boxing, and he goes around and we interview the journeyman around the country. And I was there writing on that, and I thought Mendes won it. It was very close.
Were you the one commentating?
I wasn't commentating, no. I was writing.
What were you writing about? The fight?
I was writing, the fight, yeah. Yeah, we do a blog called The Small Hall, and then we...
so you do write up about all, including all the undercard as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you watch Mahmood then?
It was on the same card?
Yeah, as Little.
Yeah, yeah. He's had quite a few fights, hasn't he? He's had 15 or 16. Is that the guy?
Yeah, and he said to me he wants English, but I think he's fighting for the southern area again. Win it and then push on for an English again.
Yeah. Was he in the 6th round of that night?
Yeah, against Marcus Hodgson.
Yes. Marcus Hodgson, was he coming back after a layoff? Is that right?
Marcus Hodgson was undefeated, and then he lost to Mahmood, and then he got beat by Dylan in 1 round because Dylan's at the Commonwealth level now.
Yeah, that's right. He just got a good win, didn't he, in his last fight?
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah. Mm.
So were you there at most of the Goodwin shows?
I do go to quite a lot of the Goodwin shows, yeah. If I'm not there writing for the Small Hall, I'm there watching the shows.
What journeyman do you interview? Because I've interviewed a few journeymen.
Well, Phil, I do the writing side of the Small Hall, and Phil does the interviews. But we've done Lewis Van Pooch a few times.
Yeah, he's on a good streak at the minute. He's beating everyone at the minute.
He is. I think I've been talking about this a little while now, but it's a really, really good time for journeyman right now, because there's not many European fighters coming into the UK on the back of COVID, and now if they get a win, their phone necessarily isn't going to not ring for them, and so I think you're going to see quite a few more journeymen get some wins on the road.
Yeah, but
Which
Seamus,
is good.
not sure you know him, but Seamus Devlin's doing good on the road.
Yeah, there's a couple of
Sexton,
journeymen, isn't there? Been
yeah,
getting some
Luke
good
Connolly,
wins. Yeah,
quite a
Harry
few.
Matthews has had a few draws.
Yeah, because he was on the same show as Mendes Little. Him against Luke Ramsey, I think. That was a good fight.
He was,
Personally, I thought Matthews won, but draw was fair.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. They often say if a journeyman got a draw, it's a real win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most of the time, they need to stop them to get the win,
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
unless
same.
they
Yeah, that's right.
box their head off, the other
Yeah,
person's head off. But yeah.
yeah.
So, will you be? What show are you going to next? Like to do your writing of the fights?
Well, if we're not there with Lewis, possibly the one on the 19th. I think that's a good win show.
19th, yes, at your call. There'll be a few good fights on there, mate. I'm sure because I've seen the card. It should be a good night.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
So
about
I'll either be there with
4
Lewis
title eliminators. One title fight and then a couple of title eliminators.
Couple of eliminators. Yeah.
Do you know who would be the main event?
I haven't looked at the card yet. When I get closer to that time, I'll have a look when I start to plan my writing.
Yeah. But do you do writing for, what do you prefer doing? Writing up on the shows or training?
Training. We've only just recently got into the writing for the blog. But yeah, the training.
Oh, so how long have you been doing the writing for? Just this year or?
I think we started it last year, the Small Hall. You check us out, Small Hall Boxing. You find the YouTube interviews, and then we got the blog that you can read from the shows I've written up on.
How did you I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me think, mate. Why? How did you get into doing the writing as well as training? Why did you want to do the writing as well?
We just got into it. Phil and I were just talking, and we thought we'd really like to. We really like the journeyman, and we thought we'd want to give them a bit of a voice.
Yeah, because
a lot of people outside. Yeah, they do. A lot of people outside of boxing maybe don't understand and appreciate journeymen, and the role they play. They might just look at the record and think they're not very good, which couldn't be further from the truth. As you know, quite a lot of the top journeymen, they're actually top amateurs.
That and Jordan Branham, he's
exactly
amateur.
Exactly. And
he got a win recently, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Forgot the person he beat, but yeah, I've heard he won.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he did get a win, that's right. In fact, we interviewed him. We just put out his interview for the Small Hall last week, so you should check it out.
Oh, so were you at his fight last?
I wasn't, but Phil interviewed him.
Was that the one where he got stopped? Because he got stopped in his last fight.
No, it wasn't then. We weren't out then.
I think it was maybe the week before. Well, we fight most weeks, doesn't it? So
he does, yeah.
He's only been stopped about 3 times out of his over 100 defeats. So that's just amazing.
It shows you how good often defensively they are.
Yeah. And if you're not on your A game, they'll knock you out.
Yeah. That's right.
And my last question is, do you have any advice for someone who wants to be a boxing, a trainer like you?
Well, I'll probably go and volunteer at a local amateur club, get some experience there. Then hopefully they'll put you through your amateur level 1 course, and then you get lots of experience working with fighters, train them, and then hopefully onto your level 2. And then you'll get a chance then to be in the corner with the fighters and then build your experience that way. And then hopefully if you get some good ones, you might be able to get your pro license and take them professional.
Yeah. Thank you.
But get in with an amateur club.
Thank you for your time, mate. I've really appreciated it.
Cheers, Sam. Thanks a lot.
Bye, mate.
Bye.